on my YouTube channel. So, yes, hello, Susie from Demos Down Under in Bendigo. I'm coming to you today. So, I'm cooking on our beautiful TM7. Have you got your TM7 yet? Do you want one? Tag yourself or tag your partner. It's Valentine's Day this weekend, and it's not too late to order yourself a Thermomix. I've put in my weekly planner, the teriyaki chicken. There's not much to it. It's chicken, vegetables, some soy, garlic, and ginger. So let's start. So benefits of cooking your own food, obviously, as you know exactly what's in it. You can tailor the veggies to suit as well. Now, as soon as you take off the lid, the scales tear themselves. So if you've got a previous machine, you won't have to press the tear button. Just weighing in 10 grams of oil. One more. There we go. And tick. Who doesn't love a tick list? Some chicken in next. I've just sliced my chicken fairly thin and just spread that around the blade. So you want the chicken on the base. So very much. So it gets the high heat. What we're using with this recipe is actually the high heat. Now, when you're using guided cooking, all the modes and things, the time, the heat, the blade speed is all set for you. You just have to really just follow along, put the food in, press play. So it's set the time for 5 minutes, 160 degrees on intense heat. So that's going to start sizzling straight away and crank it up to 160 degrees, which is fantastic. So we also have with the TM7 a manual mode where you can actually put your machine on high heat straight away without actually following the recipe, which is great. Now, with this particular recipe, I do love to serve it with noodles or rice. So you could cook some steamed rice if you like. I'm going to use vermicelli noodles, the really, really fine ones. And I've just got two little squares in there to serve my family of 4, and just covering that with some boiling water from the kettle and popping the lid back on. Now, this here is our gorgeous new 2.7 litre thermo server. Have you seen the new thermo server? And it's actually a host reward at the moment. So that's pretty exciting. Get yourself a host reward by having a demo. So that's our beautiful thermo server. So this keeps your food hot or cold for several hours. So it's really handy if you want to take something to a picnic and you want to cook it and then take it instead of, just having boring old sandwiches. You can take your meal here. It's same with ice cream. You can pack your fruity dream or sorbet in here and then you're good to go. I do like how it's got a seal and a lid, and the lid's even got a rubber seal on it as well, so you don't get that splashing around in the car or what have you. So this is already cranked up to a high heat. I can hear it sizzling and you can see the beautiful red smile. Here we go, smile on the Thermomix. So that's pretty cool. So it's hot. It's not hot at all to touch anywhere here on the Thermomix. So it's great safety for the kids as well. Because I know when you're cooking on the stove, who doesn't wish they had a pair of eyes in the back of their head just to make sure, the kids aren't touching the stove, pulling down handles on top of them, etc. It's got a built-in glider board as well, so you can tilt from the front and push it away. So you can push your Thermomix furthest away from the bench so nobody can reach it as well. So that's really cool. You don't need a specific extra glider board or anything with this particular model. And I can smell that chicken browning away in there quite nicely. So I was talking about host rewards before. We do have a couple of host rewards this month. This is February 2026, hashtag if you're watching later. Do put hashtag replay on my Facebook Live if you are watching. And like and subscribe if you're on my YouTube, please. The more subscribers and likes I get, obviously, the more I'd love to look after you and do more of these little videos. So other host rewards you can choose from. We've got a birthday celebration for Thermomix coming to 25 years of Thermomix in Australia. So Thermomix is offering every host a reward. So regardless of whether you have a sale or anything at your demo, it's just about sharing the love. Thermomix started in the garage of in WA for 25 years ago, and I'm just trying to think of her name, Bianca, and I've got a mental block. Anyway, so it started in their garage 25 years ago, and it's come a long way since then. So really impressive. Now we're in homes all everywhere, which is really cool. And it could be in your home too. You can actually earn your Thermomix. But anyway, I'm jumping around everywhere. Get to the point. Other host rewards you can get. Thermo server, the beautiful rose gold baking tin. We've got a set of mixing bowls, and we've also got the blade peeler and cover, which is a highly sought after accessory for your Thermomix as well. So you can just choose from any of those, and they are just $25, so regardless of any purchases or anything. So that's exciting. Just need to have yourself and 2 other households at your demo or joined with you online anywhere in Australia. This is handy. Okay, so we've got 6 seconds left, and then you can see how beautiful and hot this is. There we go. So where are you watching from? There's our sauteed chicken. Beautiful. Perfect. It's fully cooked. Now we want to pull that chicken out. And pop in another thermo server or another dish. If you use your tongs, super hot in there, you want to keep the juices in the bottom of your Thermomix. So we just pop the chicken in and leaving the juices in there. Okay, next. Scrape the base. So when you are using browning mode, you sometimes get a bit of caramelization on the bottom, which is great. You just want to lift that up here. And it says scrape the bottom. Just give it a little bit of a push down with your spatula, and that will lift up those beautiful, the flavor, really. That is where the flavor comes from, the browning. Okay, so that's really cool that we can get that browning now with the high heat in our Thermomix. Okay, so now we have our beautiful tick list here of all the vegetables we're going to put into our Thermomix. I'm just going to put the broccoli in last because that's the way it has it listed. I'm sure there's a method to that, probably because it requires more steaming than frying. So we've got onions, red capsicum, carrot, snow peas and broccoli, and some oil. Now, I didn't have snow peas, but I did have some beans, so I've put them in there. Okay. Tick, 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 tick. Now, you can do them individually if you like, but when I see them like that, and for the purpose of making the video quicker, I've just popped them all in a bowl and pre-weighed them beforehand. Okay, so again, 5 minutes time is already set, high heat, on a gentle simmer this time. So we don't need that quite high intensity. So it's still going to be the high heat, but just not at that high intensity. So just a gentle simmer. So that's for 5 minutes there. Now, if you have got a Thermomix, what are you loving at the moment? I have just been blackberry picking with my daughter, and we've made blackberry jam and a blackberry crumble, which is for this evening. So that's nice. And yeah, there was lots of blackberry ideas on Cookie Do. The Cookie Do is the recipe platform that you can use with your Thermomix. And yeah, there was heaps of drinks and cocktails and muffins and all sorts of things. So we'll have to dive into that a little bit further. Now, I did want to also share with you your opportunity to earn a Thermomix, because this is really a ridiculous great offer. So if you're wanting a Thermomix on your bench, you can actually get it just by earning it. So a $399 deposit and 4 sales in 90 days, and you get that deposit back. How good's that? Save yourself $2,649. Who wouldn't want to save themselves over $2,500? I myself love that so much. So I'm all about getting you a good deal. And this is a great one. Sometimes Thermomix will give you the opportunity to earn it with just 4 sales in 90 days. And I just think that's so incredible, where it's usually 6 sales. So 4 is just that little bit more achievable. And, you know, who doesn't know just somebody who wants a Thermomix? Even if you just know one person who would like a Thermomix, that will save you $650. So you don't have to sell all 4. Maybe you just want a little discount. So you can actually get yourself $650 off just by having 1 sale in your first, in that 90 days, but preferably in your first 30, because then you'll also get some extra free goodies, which is super amazing at the moment. So that offer does end on the 24th of February. So if that is something you would really like to look into and just ask a few more questions, you can either DM me or you can call me. I'll also have my order link in the bottom there. So you can just literally just send me a text message and say, I'd like to learn more about the Earn program. If you're after a side hustle and you've already got yourself a Thermomix, a TM7, you can start and join the business straight away for free, no cost at all. We'll give you free training and even do a launch demo with you to start you off. So you'll get that constant support with your team leader anywhere in Australia. You'll be hooked up with a team that is situated nearer to you if you're not in my district. So, yeah, you can certainly still join and reap the benefits. So you've seen a few of my posts lately, and you know, recently was lucky enough to go to the Whit Sundays, and last year went to Fiji, all on compliments of Thermomix from, you know, in just basically showing the Thermomix to people, which is really fabulous because it is something that can change your life. So, yeah, I highly recommend jumping on board, whether you've got a Thermomix or whether you want to earn it. It's lots of fun. So I do my Thermomix business online, in person, and I do markets as well. So it's up to you how you do it. Everyone's different. Everyone's got their own presence wherever, and Thermomix allow you that flexibility. So yeah, it's definitely worth giving it a go. If you've got any questions, please jump on, give me a message, because I'd love to help you get that free Thermomix. Who wouldn't want it for free? Got 23 more seconds, and then we're going to add the sauce to this. I'll just check on our noodles. Beautiful. They are looking good. Perfect. All right, so just going to drain those. Has anybody got the Thermomix tea towel yet? I absolutely love this tea towel. I cannot wait enough There's a reason why tea towels are like $3 or $4 at the shop. They are terrible. I mean, move water around. Yeah. This tea towel actually absorbs liquid, which I absolutely love. So I'm going to put the noodles back in my dish here. There we go. And my chicken on there. Beautiful. It's just a bit of thermoset right now. It's going to stay warmer in there. So I do like my oval one, but I know it's going to stay even hotter in here. So that's why I transferred it back into that one. All right. So now we want to scrape the base again to loosen any bits of browning that might be still in the Thermomix. We've got our stir-fry vegetables. Pop them on top of the chicken. And then give a little bit of a loosen up. Yeah, but we don't need to clean the bowl. Love that. Love it when a recipe says don't clean the bowl. Okay, so ginger and garlic, just chunks of ginger and garlic in there. Tick, tick. Next, chop, speed 7 for 8 seconds. Done. Got my Charlie sitting here hoping that I drop some scraps. Not going to happen, Charlie. Okay, scrape down the sides with the spatula. I'll just show you how that's chopped. Like, fantastic. Really has minced that up with no effort at all. So just use that long spatula to go around the sides. Excellent. And we want to add, the recipe does ask for tamari, but I didn't have any. I forgot to buy that again because I make this a fair bit, so I've used it. But you can actually replace that with soy sauce. So in the recipe down the bottom, it gives you a little tip, replace with soy sauce. Now we want some honey, just 30 grams of honey. I've got some beautiful local honey, 20, 30. Because it's nice and warm, it's nice and easy to pour for me, so that's good. 2 teaspoons of corn flour. So, about that. Are you a bit of about that, or are you a precise measurer? Because I'm a bit about that. All right, and 2 teaspoons of water. About that. All right, and then tick, 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 and next, and lid on, 3 minutes, 100 degrees. Press play. Now we're just making that teriyaki sauce to go over the beautiful vegetables. And bloopers and all, today I've forgotten to put broccoli in, so that's all right. Upside down, it's quite difficult to read these recipes. So I will go back to the stir fry part and stir fry that for a few minutes, not the full 5 minutes. I think I'll do it for maybe 2 or 3 minutes, like that, a little bit al dente. So never mind, I'll get there. And that's basically it with our dinner. How easy is that? So beautiful, fresh ingredients, and you've got yourself a fakeaway favourite in no time at all. So who's going to give that a go? It's one of those meals that if you've got a few veggies, some protein, you can whip it together in like 20 minutes. Chuck something in, go hang a load of washing out, come back, chuck the next bit in. Have a quick shower, come back. Like, you're really going to be in the kitchen for 5 or 10 minutes for this recipe. So I really love it when you're really busy on a busy night. Now, back to school, back to germs and stuff like that. And yeah, sadly, that is what happens this time of year. Colds and flus start going around. So I actually want to make, I'll just share that. Honey, ginger, lemon, and water. Now, I'm going to do this one on my TM6. Is what's better than one Thermomix? 2 Thermomixes. If you are a TM7 owner and you jump on right now, you can actually earn yourself commission and incentives. So incentives at the moment are a free TM7. So all of us consultants are working hard to earn ourselves a second TM7. It'd be so incredible to be able to just put my Thermomix in the travel bag and leave it in there. So I'm not unpacking it and repacking it all the time. I've just got it in the trolley bag to take to demos and to the market. I'd love that. So if you're considering a purchase, please reach out. You'd really help me out to get to this goal. It's this month. So 5 sales and 1 recruit, or 5 sales or 3 sales and 1 recruit. So yeah, jump on. Give me a call. All right. So here's our beautiful, gorgeous teriyaki sauce ready. Smells so good. Really smells good. Now you can put some toasted sesame on that, some chopped spring onions, maybe a bit of coriander if you like coriander. There we go. Look at that beautiful, colourful meal there. Give it a stir. Sensational. Now I know dinner's done. Just in time for school run, sports, pickups, all the rest of it. Beautiful. Now, immune booster over here. Just want to type in immune booster. There we go. Now, if you're waiting for the kids, you're at the school pickup, say hi, drop in a hi, give me a like, a bit of thumbs up, a bit of love. All right. Here it is. TM7 over, bring in the pan 6. Here we go, start cooking. 2 whole lemons. Peel. You can leave a little bit of the peel on, but just note that it will be quite bitter. But I'll try to take most of it off. I'm going to drop in a bit of turmeric into this as well, which is really lovely. So 2 whole lemons in there, 20 grams of ginger, and 4 tablespoons of honey. Local honey is good. Manuka honey is better. It's probably all of this really I want in there. Okay, so I'll try and put that on top of the fruit that I've just put in there. Okay. Has anybody tried this one before? I like to just put it in the fridge and have a shot of it in the morning. Actually really yummy. Now, this recipe actually asks for you to strain it at the end, but I don't bother because the roughage actually sort of thickens and goes to the top, and then when you pour it, it doesn't actually tend to come out so until the very end. And then at the very end, I'll put it with some hot water and have a hot drink, like a ginger, honey, and lemon tea. So just try and get all that beautiful honey out. There we go. And next, and 200 grams of water chilled. Another thing, I don't really care if it's chilled or warm. So the warmer honey will actually, the warmer water will dilute the honey faster and you won't end up with half the honey on the bottom of your bowl, I've found. So I prefer it if it was warm. There we go, lid on, next. And now that's just going to blend. There we go. So that has just mixed that immune booster energy shot drink, whatever you want to call it. Now it says strain into a sterilized jar and serve. So like I said before, I don't actually strain it. I think that is good. I can even put it in that honey jar. Would be quite nice. Oh, how good's that? Couldn't have asked for a better size jar. It is perfect. Beautiful. To see that, not a lump, nothing left. So you don't really need to strain it. I'm going to put a little bit into a glass now and cheers and have a bit. It's actually really tasty warm. I love it. So, immune booster energy drink done. So over here, I'm actually doing repeat of that recipe that I did before. So I'm using another 250 grams of chicken and some oil in there, sauteing that. Basically just doubling up the recipe so it's bulked out. And I actually had 500 grams of chicken in the fridge, not 250. So might as well use it, because what else am I going to use 250 grams of chicken for? So done. Now, if you're going to try any of those recipes, please let me know how you go. I'd love to hear what you thought, especially of the immune booster. And definitely give the teriyaki chicken a go. It is really tasty and a real quick dish to give to serve. So thanks again for dropping in. Like and subscribe if you're on my YouTube, and give us some love if you're watching on Facebook. And thanks again for dropping in here and liking my YouTube page. I'm really just getting on the YouTube bandwagon, so the more the merrier. And feel free to share my details if you've got somebody who wants a Thermomix. Let's do an online together. Thanks for watching. Bye.